Go away. I've never liked you, frankly. You don't look like a ruler so much as you look like someone who should be solving an Agatha Christie novel. But Good morning, everyone. I'm Dave. Welcome back to the wee hours where I suffer from periodic bouts of insomnia and play games to pass the time. We are back with the Civilization 6 Rise and Fall Race to the Future Challenge. Click on Future Tech, Future Civic, let it ride. And boy, that's producing some problems because we're researching things that are way above our pay grade and it's taking a really long time, except steel that we're about to bang out in one turn. Fantastic. It's 1625 and we're going to know where steel is. And we're also doing urbanization, which is great. We are frequently in the middle of a housing crunch. Many of our cities have a housing crunch, so it's not going to hurt us to get some neighborhoods going. Let's get our turn clicking along here and see what's going on. Who is doing what while that is happening? Notifications, yes. You're building the Casa de Contratación. Okay, great. Don't know if we're ever going to get that. It's going to take us a while. Okay, we got steel. We know where oil is. Super. And we got an era score for that, which is a very good thing indeed. Where are we at with the era scores? Oh, we've got a ways to go. A very long ways to go. We've got 102 points to get out of a dark age, or rather, to go into a normal age in the next era, and we've only got 86. All right, well, in revealing oil, okay, there's some oil that is potentially within our territory, and we have Sterling working on a settler, so we can actually grab this plot of land that's basically unused, and there's more oil offshore. Now, we won't have the offshore oil rig yet, but hopefully we'll get it. And that brings us to what? Economics. All right. Big Ben, somebody has already made that, as I recall, but that will get us a stock exchange. We could do with some more money. We could really do with some more money. Money is a little tight, mostly because I keep spending it, to be honest with you. But it's a little tight around here. If we get some more money, that would be good. And we've got a great person. Who did we get? A great writer, Cervantes. Okay, well, why don't you come along and, write Don Quixote? Is there anywhere for me to actually put you? That's kind of an issue. Don't know if I've actually got anywhere for you to write your book. And we've got a builder kicking along. Right, in air. We had a builder kicking along, so we could start, well, essentially clearing out most of this rainforest. I'm going to leave a little bit of rainforest around the campus, just so we can enjoy that bonus as much as we can. But between now and then, we're going to be doing a little deforestation. Okay, you could go up to Sterling. Let me just have a look at my great works. Haddington has space for you, Cervantes. Yeah, why don't you go up to, it's a bit of a hike, but why don't you go up to Haddington, rather. Cervantes to Haddington, going to take you, darn close to forever, but when you get up there, write Don Quixote for me. Oh, somebody made something. Somebody did the Colosseum. Okay, fine. We were futzing around with were we going to build it or not, and we really didn't have a good spot for it, so somebody else grabbed that. That's basically okay. That's fine. They can have the Colosseum. Let's get another turn clicking along here. We're kind of in an area or a period of just building stuff. Genghis, you cannot have the Canterbury Tales, although you will give me a relic for it. The Tooth of the Prophet. Genghis, that's gross. That's just disgusting. You want to give me somebody's rancid old tooth in exchange for the premier and basically first example of English literature. No, I don't want your rancid old tooth. Thank you very much. No, you can go away, Genghis. It's not personal, Genghis. I actually like you as a civilization. Oh, Latoro, what do you want? You want Troilus and Cressida, and you're going to give me a horse and some coffee for it. I do love coffee. However, it's not worth Troilus and Cressida. Go away when you're, I don't know, old enough to vote or something. No, thank you. No, thank you, Latoro. I feel Latoro really doesn't like me. I mean, he's got a smiley face on, but I kind of feel he doesn't like me. Speaking of people who don't like me, Poundmaker's got a bit of a frowny face on him, which is odd because I'm allied with two other civilizations, and he loves civilizations that are allied with other civilizations. So I'm hoping to turn his frown upside down, Poundmaker, and make you a little more happy. Settler is ready to go. Okay, where is going to be the optimal spot up here for you? I mean, anywhere, really. You're going to have kind of a small city because Sterling and Cullen are going to encroach on your borders, but I want to grab those two oils while we're there. So why don't you go here? It's not the perfect spot for in terms of fresh water, but it'll do. It'll do. All right, you, builder, deforestation time. And that just brought the library down to 1 turn. Fantastic. Excellent. Sterling, you need something to do. Why don't you... I really want the Forbidden City, but it's just going to take forever, and I feel that somebody is going to snap it up before then. I just feel that's going to happen. It's a little... We could build our Highlander. We finally have our Highlander unit ready to go. Replaces the Ranger. See, I feel I have to build one because, you know, there can only be one. And yes, I'm going to keep using that joke over and over. But it is just a recon unit. I kind of don't care about a recon unit, although he does have fairly decent melee and range strength. You know what? Here's what I'm going to do with you, Sterling. Start the Forbidden City. We're never going to get it. Somebody else will absolutely snap it up, but just give it a shot, because you don't really have anything else you need to be doing. We have more oil over here. How about the desert? That's usually a good spot for oil. Not as much this time. Not as much. What else have we got in the area that we could be taking advantage of? No oil down there. There's a little bit of oil off of Lisbon, but that doesn't really help us. Economics is done. Super. Great. And urbanization is done. That's even more handy. What does urbanization unlock? Military research, academies, seaports, and Renaissance walls generate +2 science. Oh, that's good. I have Renaissance walls. We may, if we get some military academies going, we're probably not going to get seaports going anytime in the near future. We may look at slotting that in somewhere. +2 science for all my Renaissance walls. That'd be good. And what else? Public transport. 100 gold per appeal of the tile when replacing a farm with a neighborhood. That's very, very situational. Probably won't jump all over that. And Babylon. You had a trade route going to you. I don't see any reason it shouldn't keep going to you. Not very much gold, but I do like the +2 science. Would anyone like to up the ante on that? Maybe one of the Cree cities? Kind of get a little more in your favor? Poti will give us 11 gold, and we have an alliance with Poti that is basically revolves around trade routes. So it wouldn't be a bad idea. You know what? If we send that to Batumi, 10 gold and a science, and we have, I believe, an economic alliance with her. Let me just confirm that. Oh, Tamar, what do we have with you? An economic alliance. Great, super. Yeah, so we really should be focusing our trade routes on Georgia. That's the best move that we can make. Okay, builder, why don't you just knock out a farm while you're just standing on that spot? Somebody built something. Somebody built the Statue of Liberty. That's fine. That's totally fine. And heir, now you could get going on something else. And it's going to be something, you've got a lot of stuff you could be doing right now, but I just want to bump our military up a little bit, although you are really slow to build stuff. You are super, super slow to build stuff. That's one of the reasons we're doing this deforestation. Ooh. Why don't you get going on a university? I want some more military up here, but it's going to take you forever to build them. There might be some other cities that we can build military in and just send them up to air. That might be a smarter way of doing that. All right, builder, go here. Because unfortunately, because we don't have irrigation, we've missed one of the most basic techs in the tech tree. There's nothing you can do with those bananas. You may as well chop down another rainforest. Kutasi, you need something to be doing. How are you doing? 3 amenities, good. Housing is solid, so you don't really need a neighborhood. I wouldn't mind having you have an encampment, but I don't feel you're going to be a frontline kind of town. What could you be doing? What could you be doing? How about an industrial zone? You'll knock it out fairly quickly. You've got some military down here. I'm not super concerned. Well, and say I'm not super concerned. I'm always concerned about somebody pulling a surprise war on me. But you've got some military in the area. Why don't you get an industrial zone going? Is there anywhere we can get a decent plus on that? If we grabbed, and I'm sorry if you can hear a really loud noise outside the microphone headset right now, but apparently my landscapers have decided to turn up. So I'm just going to throw down This, that is so distracting right now. So very distracting. I'm going to spend the 150 to grab this broadly useless desert tile and throw an industrial complex up there. Yes. And then I'm going to take a break and wait for my landscapers to be done, and then we'll come back to this. Okay, I think the landscapers are basically done. If they come back in with the leaf blower, I'm going to have to take another break, but there was a lot of lawn mowing and leaf blowing and weed whacking that just happened there in the last few minutes, but I think they've gone away now, so we can continue this. Now, while I was just kind of killing time, I was looking at where we're at in the world rankings. We are moving up in science. We were really bad in science for the last couple of episodes, and I was kind of a little distressed about how far behind we were to get to a science victory. We're in third now, and the issue is not so much our science output, it's the number of techs we're researching. So Korea is first place. No real surprise there. Korea is obviously a very science-based culture, and they're cranking out 217.7 per turn, and they've researched 43 technologies. Now, our science output is not bad. We're at 174, and compared to Poundmaker, who is in second place at 115.8, we're doing real good. Our problem is the number of techs that we're researching. We've only researched 35 technologies, and that's because I can't focus the tech tree. We keep bouncing around like a yo-yo all over the tech tree. I mean, square rigging is a relatively primitive technology, and we're back at that. After being up to discovering oil, now we're going backwards and figuring out how boats work a little bit differently. What is encouraging is we are now first in culture. I'm very surprised by that, actually, because we don't have a lot of great works. But we are first in culture. We're generating 50 tourism per turn. Our culture per turn is 93.6. Surprisingly, in second place is Genghis Khan. So apparently the Mongolian Empire is a hotbed of tourist activity at 46. And he's got a bit of culture cranking out here at 107.5. He could very easily overtake us. So we may step up our game in terms of our culture output and looking at skewing this maybe a little bit more towards a culture victory. Maybe a culture tourism victory is the way we have to go here. And we are also, in terms of civics, researching natural history, which is nice. That gets us a whole bunch of new sort of add-ons, if you will, to our neighborhoods and whatnot and our entertainment complexes, but not, possibly not the most vitally important right now. All right, let's get a turn kicking along here. While I was killing time waiting for the landscapers to be done, I'm noticing in Cullen we really need to get a builder. Hi, Latoro, you love a leader who is surrounded by an impressive military. It is pretty impressive, isn't it, Latoro? We've got guns. Do you have guns yet? 1650? Actually, yeah, you probably do at this point, but we've got guns. Lisbon has declared war on Genghis Khan. Why? What has Genghis Khan done to you? He's a tourist town now. We have finished researching square rigging, and that leads on to mass production. Of course it does, and we're going to slam that out in one turn. Oh, yeah, and we built a lumber mill. Oh, perfect, great. Shipyard doesn't mean anything, and Venetian arsenal doesn't mean anything, but I'm pretty sure mass production is going to lead on to some better things. Builder in air. Yeah, take down this rainforest as well. That didn't do as much to the university as I wanted it to, but okay, there it is. There it is. Haddington, you're doing an art museum? Good. We want to be moving in a cultural direction here. And, I'd love to get a builder in Sterling, see if we could boost up some production down there for the Forbidden City. I don't think we're going to get it. I really don't. Oh, Cervantes, you finally showed up in Haddington. Why don't you write a book? You wrote Don Quixote. Thank you. Appreciate that. What else have we got kicking around? Who was doing, the Casa de Contratación in Cullen? I'd love to get a builder in there. We need to be boosting up our production too. We need everything. We really just need everything. And Steve, you're working on the Oxford University, a very solid thing for you to be doing. Well, there we go. Mass production's already done. Ooh, combustion. Super. Well, first of all, we'll have tanks in, it's 1660 now, but let's say in the 1700s, we're going to have tanks. That's handy. More importantly, we're going to have oil wells. And that means we'll be able to take advantage of that oil that will be in our territory very, very shortly. Builder, why don't you just deforest another area? Oh, wait a minute. No, never mind. No, we can't take advantage of that because we don't have oil wells. But anyway, yay, more oil in our territory is where I was going with that. And air will certainly be able to take advantage of that when we research oil wells. Cervantes, you need to write another book. Thank you. And seems like my settler is on board. Yep. Go ahead and found a new city. Montrose. Excellent. It's probably pronounced differently. It's probably Montrose Boroughville Town because it's Scottish, but I'm just going to go ahead and say that might be Montrose. It's probably not. I'm sure I'll be corrected in the comments, but it's Montrose now. What do you need? Well, actually, your housing is already crunched. You need a builder, but I'd rather buy you a builder, even though we have basically no money. Why don't you start with a granary? That will help. That will be a good solid start to you. Oh, right, pyramids. We get a free builder. I keep forgetting about that. Yeah, pyramids. Grossly underestimated world wonder on my part. So yeah, there you go. Build a farm, first of all. Be some more food and a half tick of housing. That's pretty decent. And what else is going to happen here? Builder, why don't you just go onto this rice and build another farm? That's a good thing for you to be doing. And why don't you spend your last charge to do I want to deforest that area, or would it be smarter to use this last charge just to put a farm down? Where are you at, Air? Where are you at? You really need some housing. You need some housing a lot. How's your food? Oh, not that great. Okay, yeah, you know what, Builder? Go back here and build a farm. That will help with the food and a tiny little bit with the housing. Ugh, I need more stuff in air. I mean, it is a pretty new city, so yeah, I'm not surprised it's struggling a little bit right now. And in terms of cities, with Montrose Boroughville Town put up, I don't anticipate building any more cities. I'm probably pretty done with my expansion at this point. So we'll probably enter a period where we kind of hunker down a little bit and just build up what we've got. That's probably how this is going to go down. Sterling is growing very nicely. Very, very nicely. I would love to get a builder in there. Take advantage of some. There's a quarry I haven't done anything with. There's some rice I haven't done anything with. You can put a lumber mill here. That's pretty good. And then I'll probably just have you slap down another lumber mill with your last charge. No reason we can't be maximizing what little production we have in that town. Somebody built something. I bet it was the Forbidden City. You want the Canterbury Tales Poundmaker. You are giving me quite a bit for that tobacco and 13 gold for 30 turns. That's not nothing, but no. If I'm skewing this towards culture, then I'm going to need all the great works I can get. Oh, no, it was the Oxford University. Oh, bummer. Somebody snagged the Oxford University from me. I really wanted that. I really, really wanted that. All right, well, a little bit of a waste of time for you there, Steve, but there it is. You know what? Just grab me a quick builder. Seeing as you got that extra production we just got back, get me a builder. I can never have enough builders. Oh, Napoleon. We have Napoleon Bonaparte. What do you do? Forms an army out of a military land unit. Oh, that's handy. That's super handy. Yeah, I'm definitely taking you. No question. What would I like an army out of? Probably one of these musket men down here. And what have I got up in Cullen? I've got more musket men over there. When we get some money, I'd like to start upgrading some of our units here. Yeah, super. Great. Napoleon. Excellent. I'll take a free army. Sure. Why don't you go over to Cullen and stand on the musket men and make an army out of them? Builder, take your last charge to move over here and build a lumber mill for me, please. And Sean Bean has informed me that we are finished with natural history. Excellent. And that moves us on to mobilization. Well, it's a governor title for one. So that's a pretty good deal right there. What else? 3 identical... Okay, we can form armies or armadas. That's good. We can declare a war of territorial expansion, Tamar of Georgia. Tamar, oh Tamar, we can declare a war of territorial expansion in 17 turns. And, oh, levy en masse, excellent, good, yeah, reducing the price of our units. We'll definitely be shuffling that in. I don't think we have a choice because it makes the one that we've got redundant. All right, Builder in Steve. Builder in Steve. What's going to be the best use of your time? It's not too much we can do in Steve at this point. probably, well, you know what? Come down to Aberdeen and fix this farm that some barbarian got in the last episode because, well, we never even saw them. We just figured they were swinging by on a boat, bombarding our farm, and then, I don't know, piloting away in their little barbarian boat. And Steve, oh, Hermitage. Oh, the Hermitage. I wonder if anyone else is going to grab that. You could actually slam out another builder, sort of right now-ish. Do it. Do it. It's one turn. It's just the next turn we'll just have one more builder on board, and that's a good thing to have. You finished, what, the industrial zone. Okay, good. Good, Kutasi, well done. You could start Hermitage. Where could you put it? Ooh, those are all fairly decent tiles, actually. I'm going to look at Steve for the Hermitage. He lost out on Oxford Library. Why don't you just build a workshop? That's a sensible thing for you to be doing right at this exact second. We have an envoy. We are still suzerain of Non-Medal, and we are still suzerain of Babylon. Those are my two important ones. We could put a couple of points into Geneva. What do you get at 6? +2 science in every university building. That's very handy. Any other cultural guys on the map? No. No, we've discovered no other cultural guys. Although, with our boating skills learned, should probably get another scout going, because now we can actually step off of this landmass and find other things. Yeah, I'm going to try and remember to do that. Ooh. Let's put... What do I get at 3 with Antioch? +4 gold in every market. Sure. Why not? Money. We need money. Actually, we need money. Oh, another emergency has been declared by an unknown player. I'm sure I'll probably succeed or fail without my intervention. Thank you, game. It's an unmet player. There's not a heck of a lot I can do with that because you're not going to give me any information on it. Lisbon has made peace with Genghis Khan. That's delightful and probably a good move on your part, Lisbon. I'm not even sure how you were at war with him. You're way over on the other edge of the map here. Where did you even think you were getting to Genghis Khan from there? Builder, lumber mill, thank you. And Steve, you are done with the other builder. Yeah, let's see if we can get going with the Hermitage because, well, we need the Great Works of Art slot for a start, and you have way more places you can build it. So why don't you take this relatively inoffensive 2-food tile over here. Now, is there anything we can do with that builder to pump that production up? We could put 1 lumber mill over there. Probably worth doing. May as well eke out all the production we can out of Steve. And let's see what else is going to happen. Latoro wants the dolphin, and boy, is he desperate for it. Coffee for 30 turns, 14 gold up front, and 13 gold for 30 turns. No! Come back when you're old enough to drink. No, nobody is getting my great works. Let me be very clear about this game. Even without a challenge run, I don't give up great works. That's just silly. It's a bum deal. You're going to give me 13 gold for 30 turns. That's great. But that will stop. So you have the book, and I don't have your gold anymore. So it's kind of a silly deal on my part. I lose eventually. Now, Builder's done with the lumber mill, and then I'll have a think about where we're going to send him next. Napoleon, you've arrived. Why don't you go ahead and make an army out of this musket man? Oh, and we get some era score points for that. 2 era score for forming an army. Good, because we desperately need era score points. We're 90 out of 102 to get into a normal age, and that ain't good. I'd really prefer not to be going into yet another Dark Age. That would really kind of suck, to be brutally honest with everyone. We are 2 turns away from figuring out tanks, Poundmaker, just so's you know. Oh, you're really bumping your nose into my territory, Poundmaker. I don't like that. No, don't give me Steve. Go back to air. Yeah, Poundmaker, you're kind of bumping heads with me here. And I'm not okay with that. Unfortunately, I don't have a lot of money to be snapping up tiles. Not that there's anything spectacular over here, because we already got the oil. That's the important part of these resources in this neck of the woods. But, Poundmaker, I'm just going to remind you, we're going to have tanks next turn. Just in case you were thinking anything. Builder, why don't you I've got a builder going down to Aberdeen, so that's fine. I don't... Well, you know what? Cullen desperately needs a builder. It's going to take you a while to get over there, but Cullen really needs a builder because they're stuck building the Casa de Contracción, or however it may be pronounced. Contracción, Steveburgville Town, whatever. Whatever it is, we're building it, and it's taking a really long time. Okay, repair that to begin with, and then probably move next door and work on that rice. That seems like a solid thing to be getting in Aberdeen. All right, we are done with combustion, rather. Not conduction, combustion. Conduction is a totally different thing. It's 1705 AD, and we know how tanks are made. Such is the nature of the Race to the Future challenge. Not much we can do with it. I'm sure it's going to take us about 1,000,000 years to build a tank, but we're going to build a tank. And we're already onto replaceable parts. We're going to have infantry sooner rather than later. And we've actually already boosted it because we own 3 musketmen. That'll open up a food market. Not bad. Not bad. That's okay. And what else? Upgrades farm improvements to mechanized agriculture, plus food adjacency bonus for every farm they're adjacent to. Okay, that's what I was thinking of ages ago. I knew there was a bonus somewhere to put farms next to farms. So, well, there's 2 right there. We're going to have 2 in a row right there. That'll be pretty handy. And Aberdeen, you need something to be doing. Okay. Just for giggles, Aberdeen, how long does it take you to make a tank? Oh, we can't do it yet because we don't have oil. That's fine. We're going to have oil soon enough. We'll have oil in no time. We can have oil really whenever we want it. How about a spy? Is it spy time? Is it maybe spy time in Civ 6? Rise and Fall, Race to the Future challenge? It's going to take you ages to build it. Well, we'll shave some of that down as we build up Aberdeen a little bit. How many charges left on this builder, by the way? 4. Okay, great. So we're good with him. He's got plenty to be doing in Aberdeen. And Aberdeen, just in general, how are you? Your housing is meh, but we're going to put some farms up. That'll give you a little breathing room. Your amenities are fine. You are ecstatic, which is great because Robert the Bruce gets bonuses when cities are ecstatic. So maybe workshop? Get you some more production down here. There's not much else you can do. You're not a big enough population to do anything else with you. Yeah, we'll get a workshop. We'll just start getting some production going down there. Builder, move over to this rice and build another farm. Thank you. And we really desperately need some era score points. All right, Genghis Khan has mastered the art of negotiation. Genghis is making me a slightly smarter offer. He'll give me 1 great work for a great work. So he's going to give me the Blazing World. Now that is 4 culture and 4 tourism. What's mine doing? The same thing. Okay. And he'll give me 13 gold. It's still kind of a dumb offer, Genghis. You're getting there, though. I appreciate your effort. You're smarter than Latoro. That's certainly true. What you wanted to do is maybe give me like 13 gold per turn. I don't suppose you want to do that, do you? How about if I took that off? No? You don't want to give me 10 gold per turn, maybe? No? How about, I don't know, 5 gold? Will you give me 5 gold per turn? No? Okay, well, what do you want? You'll give me 1 gold for 30 turn. All right, well, I did bump it up from 13 gold to 30 gold. So not the worst negotiation I've ever done. And you want open borders, that's fine. I don't really care about that. Sure, 1-for-1 deal and 30 gold, that's fine. That's fine. It's no loss on my part, really. I've traded 1 great work for another that does exactly the same thing as the first one did. If you're that desperate for Troilus and Cressida, I don't know. I didn't realize the Mongolian Empire was really keen on literature, but they are. Okay, builder. Did we exploit that silver mine? Yes, we did. Okay. Yes, so I do have a mine over there. That's good. Why don't you go build a lumber mill over here, and we've got an envoy to kick around. What could we be doing? I wouldn't mind taking Lisbon away from Poundmaker, but I think we should just keep the science ticking up and try and compete with Geneva a little bit more. So that 4 points doesn't really get us anything, but it gets us closer to 6 envoys, because 4 is more than 3. That's how numbers work. With the industrial era ending in 6 turns, I don't see any realistic way we're going to avoid a Dark Age. I just don't see how we could possibly accumulate that many era score. We need 12 era score points. It's just not realistic. So pretty much guaranteed we're going to go into a Dark Age next turn. I'll learn to cope with it. It's going to have to be what it is, and that's kind of part of the problem is we are leaping ahead, and everyone else is just comfortably in other eras. So, that. I mean, I'm going to drag them into the next era kicking and screaming, but I'm the one who suffers because I'm going to be the one in the Dark Age. Yeah, why don't you just keep going to Poti because we still have that alliance with her, so any trade routes that go to Georgia will benefit us. You can build a lumber mill here. Thank you. And air, you need something to do because you just finished the university, which is good. I would like to look at an encampment because I have concerns about the Kree. And I don't want the Kree springing a surprise war on me if I'm undefended. Speaking of undefended, air, I believe you actually have, frankly, no military here. I don't think you have any military in your city. Is there anyone we could drag up from somewhere else? Cullen's got a fair bit of people kicking around, not even that much. Okay, here's my next move. First, how much does it cost you to purchase that tile? 160? Is what it is. And then I would like you to build an encampment. Really? I can't build it there? Why can't I build it there? Is it too close to the city? No, it's not. It's totally not. I'd have to stamp on the farm to do it. I just built that farm. Stamp on the farm. Go for it. And I don't suppose I've got enough left for you to buy a builder, do I? Any slim chance of that? No, not even in the ballpark. Okay, next move for folks is military. Montrose, you are done with the granary. That puts you in a basically good position. +2 amenities, and your housing is fine. I'm going to hold off on having you, although we do get era score points for building districts, but there's no possible way they're going to complete one before the next era, so it's completely irrelevant. Why don't you just build, I don't know, take 50 turns and build me a Highlander. I really put you up here mostly just to occupy this spot, and, you've got oil in your neighborhood. So build me a Highlander. Of course, there can only be one, but build me one anyway. It's going to take you forever. We'll probably have finished the space race by the time you're done with that, but there it is. Okay, Tamar of Georgia, couldn't help noticing that you slapped down another city here. Tel Aviv. You are just desperate for my land. We are allies, Tamar, and I'm not saying you shouldn't expand, because Lord knows Robert the Bruce has been an aggressive expansionist here. But really, Tamar, you're taking that tiny, tiny little scrap of land, and you took one of my tiles. I could have been using that tile. Good thing I got that gypsum before she did. Okay, Tamar, somebody's going to make a tank soon. As soon as we get oil, somebody's making a tank. Just to remind everyone on the map that we've got tanks, and it's 1725 AD. Kutasi. Speaking of tanks, we need some more military in the area. Why don't you get... an artillery would be good. An artillery would be super, super good. Pike and shot? Pike and shot. Late Renaissance era anti-cavalry. Good melee strength. Give me... You know what? You'll get that pike and shot done quickly. Well, quicker. So do that for me. I'd like to park that somewhere as just sort of a defensive move. You, builder, how many charges left? 2? You're going to build me a farm and a lumber mill. And somebody built Mont Saint-Michel. No great concern there. That's 100% fine. So, Tamar, you're still messing around with knights. I mean, so are we. We've got knights, too. Oh, dear Lord, have I actually got a... I have a basic warrior over here. That's really sad and depressing. I have tanks, and I also have a guy with a club and a basic archer, too. From day one, I have felt Tamar of Georgia is going to pull a surprise war on me. It just feels like something she's going to do. Haddington, let's keep the military going. Why don't you build... What have you got up here? You've got a musket man, and that's about it. It's going to take you darn close to forever, but why don't you build an infantry? We're going to have our cities do a little military build-up right now. Builder, yep, build a farm. Perfect. Thank you. And builder, build a farm. Perfect. Thank you. At 2 turns till the end of the era, there is no chance we're not going into a Dark Age. We're absolutely going into a Dark Age. That is a certainty. Builder, you have 2 charges left. How about 1 farm, 1 lumber mill? That sounds pretty good for Cullen. And this builder, you're going to go over here and build a lumber mill as well. We are absolutely going into a Dark Age. That's going to be a hit on our loyalty, but I think we're going to be okay. We've got a lot of governors kicking around. I don't think Tamar could be producing, well, I say she can't be producing that much loyalty. She's got 2 cities wrapped around Cullen. That's not a small amount of loyalty. Okay. No, oh, map's going whoa, stop. Map is going a little bit wibbly here. There we go. All right, back to normal. The cursor key things were just getting a little bit skewy there. Okay, we're going into a Dark Age, and what's going on? Oh, my alliances have expired. Let's deal with that, particularly with Tamar. Tamar, come talk to me. Would you like to be my friend? You agree to my request. Thank you. Would you like to be in alliance with me? Again, an economic alliance would be good. Yep, you seem pretty keen on that. Good. All right, fantastic. Good. And who else did we lose an alliance with? Was that Korea? Yes, Korea. Would you like to be my friend, Korea? You are about to ask the same of me. You are delightful. You really are. You're a champ, Korea. And how about an alliance with you? I don't really have any trade routes going in your direction, but we might. Let's keep going with the military alliance. Would you like a military alliance? Remember that, Poundmaker. Military alliance with Korea, who happens to be on your doorstep. Okay, builder. Yeah, you were going to do a lumber mill here, and you were also going to do a lumber mill here. Good. And we're working on industrialization that will unlock coal on the map and the Ruhr Valley. Fantastic wonder. Don't really know that we're going to be in a position to get it. Don't really know that we're going to be in a position to get anything. You're still working on the Forbidden City, Sterling. I'm very surprised nobody has snapped that up, actually. I'm extremely surprised by that. I put off building that for ages because I assumed somebody else was going to grab it. Nobody has. Wow, it's just taking you so darn long to do these things. Yep, we're in a Dark Age. Not super surprised by that. Okay. What can we do with this? Reform the coinage, +1 era score every time we complete a trade route. We don't have a lot of trade routes. It's just kind of not worth it. Heartbeat of Steam is probably going to be the way to go. 2 arms is really good, but I'm kind of hoping to not go to war. I'm preparing for war, but I hope we're not going to go there. And wish you were here, +1 era score for each artifact extracted. We're barely grasping art museums and archaeological museums. We're going to be a long way from actually getting an archaeologist to go out and get these things. So I think it's got to be Heartbeat of Steam. It's just got to be that one because that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to be building things, especially, like that builder right there. You can do a thing, and then somebody else can do a thing, and we'll build more buildings and maybe crawl out of this Dark Age, although I'm not necessarily anticipating it. Latoro, you can't have my books, although you do keep upping the ante. That is a lot of gold. I'm not denying that, but no. Come back when you're old enough to drive. I'm going to see how many jokes I can make about Latoro's age in one episode. I think we're at 3 right now, but please let me know in the comments if it's more or less. And we are done with industrialization, which leads on to plastics. My God, plastics, really? Well, we will learn the offshore oil rig, which will be handy. We do have offshore oil, so that will come in pretty handy. +1 to fishing boats, not really applicable right now, and all sorts of things are going on. Aberdeen needs housing. We've discovered coal. There was an emergency. Genghis Khan has been targeted by an emergency. Okay, and Latoro is at war with Genghis Khan again. I wouldn't push your luck, kid. I mean, you got the warriors, but he's got the experience. I really would not be going up against Genghis Khan. All right, well, we're about to finish mobilization, which will give us a governor title. That will be pretty sweet. I want to put someone up in Montrose Boroughville Town, or however that may be pronounced because it's Scottish, but I think we should keep promoting the people we've got. Oh, Wilhelmina, where did you pop up from? Where have you been? How did I discover you? I kept meaning to get a scout. I never remembered to do that. Yeah, it's fantastic, Wilhelmina. Where are you? Are you? Is that you over there? Nope, that's Genghis. Okay, thank you. We've done mobilization. We did get an era score for that, which is nice. That's very nice. Where is Wilhelmina? Are you up here? Nope, that's Geneva. Well, wherever you are, you probably don't really affect my life. So I'm going to kind of file you under somebody else's problem. Steve needs more housing. We've met civilizations. We're getting era scores for that. That's all awesome. We're still not really that good. 92 out of 104. But governor title. Let's see what we can do with that. Yeah, I think we should promote the people that we have. Let me have a think about what I'm going to do at this point. I'm going to throw it into Magnus, who is assigned over in Steve. No, sorry, I did not actually mean to reassign you. I meant to actually promote you. Yes, thank you. I just clicked the wrong button there. Because he's production-y based, and we need all the production we can get. So why don't you take a plus 20% towards industrial zone buildings. And, yep, we're done with you, and we're done with you. And maybe if we're very, very lucky, that will help in the long run with Steve and the production thing. You do have a lot of production-y things. You got a mine over there with some niter. Everybody likes niter, right? Got some silver. All sorts of good things are going on in Steve, except irrigation, because we've never learned that. We've never learned basic farming. Great person. Who'd we get? Oh, we got Titian. We kind of knew we were going to get Titian. That was going to happen. And we actually have somewhere to put you, don't we? We have an art museum somewhere. I know we do. Yeah, an art museum in Steve. Steve, you're going to have the fabulous works of Titian next turn. Not now, but next turn you'll have some Titian in your art gallery. And everybody's going to want to come and see that, especially Genghis Khan. What do you want? You want some gypsum for some silk and some gold and a little tiny bit of gold per turn. I don't see anything wrong with that. You can have that. That seems good for both of us, especially the gold part. Boy, I've got to get my money kicking up here. Got to get the money kicking up. Yeah, I'm going to futz with my policies when we finish with mass media, because apparently we're doing that. You want another 1-for-1. It's not that great, though, really, is it? It's the Odyssey. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's the Odyssey. It's one of the classic works of literature on the planet. But I don't really benefit from that, and the 8 gold is... I know I need money, but 8 gold is kind of insulting, frankly, Wilhelmina. You got toys? You already got great merchant points. Enough to get that guy who gives you toys. Dang, Wilhelmina. No, just go away. Go away. I've never liked you, frankly. You don't look like a ruler so much as you look like someone who should be solving an Agatha Christie novel. Batumi, yeah, just keep going back to Batumi. We want to keep those trade routes going with Tamar. Titian, why don't you do something? The Assunta, excellent, thank you. I do like a little Titian in my life. Now, Kutasi finished the pike and shot. That's not bad. Why don't you come hang out? Actually, you know what? It's going to take you darn close to forever, but why don't you come and hang out over in Cullen? Just take a long walk. And who do we get? A great scientist, Alan Turing. Okay. It triggers the eureka moment for computers and one random technology from the modern era. Sure. We'll have Alan Turing. Yes. Sorry, Titian. We're dealing with you right now. Just create something else. Salome with the head of John the Baptist. Delightful. And Katasi needs something to be doing. Why don't you? I don't really super care about the Eiffel Tower. How's your housing? Your housing's pretty good. Don't need a neighborhood right now. Maybe more military, actually. Might get some more military going. Why don't you get me... No, get me... Let's concentrate on buildings. Get me a factory. Get me a factory, please. And Alan Turing, why don't you come over to this campus and be Alan Turing? Knowledge of radio is advanced, and knowledge of computers is advanced. And the way the tech tree is bouncing around, we're probably going to be at computers pretty soon. I'm very surprised we're already at plastics and mass media. That's way high up the tree. And we have not researched irrigation. It's killing me. I want that tobacco. It's right there. You love a leader who's surrounded by an impressive military. Yeah, remember that, Laturo. And, go ahead and keep going to war with Genghis Khan. I'm sure that's working out super well for you. We boosted our knowledge of steam power and flight. I would not be opposed to getting flight, actually. I do like throwing down some airports near people who might go to war with me. A bomber can really be some good defensive measures, because bombers just wreck cities. The emergency is complete. Wilhelmina has been rewarded. Awesome. I don't know what the emergency was. It clearly didn't involve me. Titian, make another thing. The equestrian portrait of Charles V. Fantastic. Excellent. What do we got for great works? We have the Art Museum in Haddington that can take some stock. And that's about it. Ugh. If we're going to get anywhere with a culture victory, we just need places to put things. It's just that simple. A little bit of money kicking around. I'd love to upgrade some people, but we just don't have the income. Who did what? The Forbidden City. Okay, again, not wholly surprised by that. I thought someone was going to snap that up earlier. Surprised Laturo took that long to build it. All right, well, Sterling, what can you bang out in one turn, because we get so much of that production back? There's not a lot you can do, truth be told. Can't really throw down another district because you don't have the population for it. It's going to take you a while to get that. Is there something we can be doing? Oh, you need housing. You need housing. Okay, you need a neighborhood, and you will wreck that in 2 turns. Why don't you go up to this nice little +5 up here? And I'm just looking around to see if there's anything better. You know what? Take this +5. No, I have to buy that. No, don't do that. Take this +5. Okay. I was going to say I would take that tile and then deforest the other tile for some production, but that's totally fine. Just take that tile. You need housing badly. Aberdeen. What could we be doing with your time? Kind of really want another commercial hub because we really need some money. Boy, do we need some money, but you need some housing. While I have a think about you, Aberdeen, just slam out a monument. We're in a dark age. A little bit more loyalty won't hurt us. And another great person, who we're getting now, another great writer. Fantastic. Alexander Pushkin. Good deal. You can go live over here in the Great Library. That'll get one of your books on the shelf, and that's about it. And then you're going to have to take a nap after that because we have nowhere else to put your other books. Just so as you know, you can have one book in that library, and that's it. It will be full. The Great Library can apparently only hold 2 books, which is odd, frankly. I think if you're going to build a wonder that is the Great Library of Alexandria, maybe it could hold more than 2 books. Oh, we got 3 era scores for our population. Oh, for building a neighborhood. Okay, great, for building a neighborhood. Super. Excellent. Good. +3 era score is fantastic. And somebody built the Ruhr Valley. Well, guess I'm not getting my hands on that one. Somebody needs something to do. It is Sterling, because you finished the neighborhood. That really frees up your housing for a long time to come. Why don't you build an armory or a zoo? +1 science to each rainforest and marsh in the city. Oh, we've got some of those. We've got some rainforest. Yeah, do that. And you get a 6-tile radius bonus that probably won't quite get to Steve. Steve is not going to benefit from the zoo, unfortunately. Well, with that being done, that's probably a pretty good place to call it for today. And we started building the Casa Contracción. We're still building it at the end of this episode. Boy, that is taking darn close to forever. Everything's taking forever because we are way ahead in our pay grade. We are doing things that we shouldn't be doing at this point in the game, but we're trying to do them anyway. And here it is. That's the nature of the Race to the Future challenge. But we'll pick some more of it up again the next time. Until then, I'm Dave. Thank you, as always, for joining me in the wee hours, and we'll see you next time.